Okay. Hello, everybody. All right. I'm I'm in my basement right now. Um, I'm I'm gonna do. I'm about to start painting. Uh, and I've been painting for a while now. Not for a long time, but I've started to kind of get into it and enjoy it a lot, and it is really fun and cool. Anyways, I'm here. I want to talk a bit about uh the album I put out in November. It's called Take Control, and it's completely improvised. Sorry. Yeah, it's a completely improvised record, and I really enjoyed making it, and I wanted to talk a bit about it and kind of like my process behind it and what was going through my mind, how certain tracks came together, and just overall, like, how it kind of came to be. First thing I have to say about the whole record is that it wasn't planned. Like there's other records where um it's a lot more planned out. Like I have an idea, like I want to make this type of record. I want to make this style. This seems like me right now. I'm going to make something like that. And usually it never ends up exactly how you thought of it, but you always kind of end up in the direction that you thought you were kind of aiming for a little way. Um, Take Control was not like that at all. It was completely unplanned. I didn't really think of making like a project out of improvised music until I, I don't know, because I recorded a lot of music for the whole album. There's 6 tracks on the album, but like I think I maybe ended up like recording um, like I'd like to say at least 16 improvised recordings. And then I took the ones I liked the most, that flowed the best, kind of worked with the overall style, and yeah, kind of went from there. The overall thing kind of made itself. I was just experimenting in my studio, exploring. I was trying to break away from, I guess, traditional ways of making music. You sit down and you have an idea and whatever, it comes out a certain way, and like, yeah, whatever, yada yada yada. I just started improvising and recording, and it kind of worked out really, really nicely. But I remember when I decided, hey, I should make this into a real like record, and it was like literally right like the exact day I finished recording Free, which is the last track on the record, track 6. Something like 18 minutes and 40 something seconds, so it was a long one, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is really kind of cool. And at that point I think I had Take Control, the track Take Control, and the track um, I'd Take Control and Sleep recorded at that point. And um, um, yeah, and I just decided, like, yeah, this is like a record kind of. And I think I followed it up by recording False Statement and Fascist Neighbors after recording Free. I don't know. You can probably correct me on that right now. I don't know if I don't. I have all the recorded, like the recording dates out there. So if I got stuff wrong, please let me know. Um, but yeah, kind of painting some sort of like Bigfoot creature, like Sasquatch thing right here. And then here, over here, I feel like there's like another Sasquatch or something, and he's like flicking a cigarette, and his other hand is on fire. But I'm currently painting a triptych. I got into painting kind of from Take Control, actually. Um, I was making music, and I, I was making music kind of the way I thought, like maybe an abstract painter or like a painter in general would paint, or at least start a painting. Just start throwing paint on the canvas and like viewing out some shapes, and you know, it's kind of how Take Control came together. It was like just see what my subconscious musical tendencies kind of sound like and what they kind of do, and I just threw it together, and it just kind of came out the way it came out. I love the way it came out. I mean, Take Control is such a cool record. It's a very niche, yeah, niche. I don't know, would I use that word niche? It's like it's different. It's very original. Some might say obnoxious. I am not opposed to people not liking it. Like, I mean, like, if you don't like it, I'm like, that's cool, because it's a weird record, right? And I can see why someone would find it like freaking annoying, maybe, because it's not very like mainstream in its sound. It has its own sound, that's for sure. Um, and it's very original sounding. And like I said, it wasn't planned or anything. It's not, I don't even, although it's my second record, I don't feel like it's traditional of what I might be doing. It was a very experimental work. I think my first album, uh, very psychedelic, right? Very progressive, very very technical in its, there's some odd polymetric stuff on that record. Like, I don't deny that that stuff was on there, and I like that stuff. It is not necessarily what I listen to right now at all. You know, I like right now, personally, I'm listening to a lot of like, oh, I hit the mic. Personally, right now, I'm listening to a lot of like King Cruel's my, like, what I've been vibing with a lot right now, and I listen to a lot of jazz and stuff like that. I love Miles Davis, obviously. When I was making Take Control, I was listening to a lot of Bitches Brew, and also yeah, I'm talking about Miles Davis. He has a record called Bitches Brew. And then he also has another record called In a Silent Way, which is incredible. That's an incredible record. I have a friend, and he calls it ambient jazz. In a silent way, ambient jazz. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking cool. MF Doom is also, he's been in heavy rotation right now, as always. I think the stuff I listen to, like almost all of the stuff I listen to, isn't, it's all of it, is, I think, kind of like artists that like experimenting, don't limit themselves. I certainly do not limit myself. Sometimes maybe I should limit myself. Limiting yourself can be a good thing. But when you're actually not doing like what you want to do, yeah, like limit yourself within something that you enjoy doing. Because if you're limiting yourself to like, I'm gonna make music and like beats that people will like, then yeah, dude, like, make what's special to you, what you like, you know. And I think I heard a quote once, and it's create like a child, edit like a scientist. I don't know where I heard that, but I'm like, yeah, create freely. No judgment, complete experimentation, just working, you know, and not stopping. And just going for it, you know, and then when it comes time to be like, okay, maybe like we'll package it, put some stuff out, like you know, edit like a scientist in terms of, you know, what the cultural zeitgeist is and stuff. I mean, I didn't do that, dude. Like, anyone who is like knows what's going on in the culture and like is aware of the cultural zeitgeist that is going on right now would not put out a record like Take Control, I feel, you know. But also, like, I don't really care. So, and some people are liking it. You know, I had my first sale. Shout out to a guy named uh, something Finn, Chuck Chuckberry Finn. I think yeah, no, bought both my albums, first sales, like, and that is sick. That is really cool. I like that. That someone actually was like, you know, liked the stuff enough to buy it, and oh, no, I that it felt really special, and I really appreciate the fact that, you know, someone actually bought it, and you know, people aren't just gonna buy something that they don't like. So to me, I find that's like a vote of confidence, in a way. I'm also really young. I'm only 19, and I'm just trying to find my artistic voice and just put my stuff out there. Take Control helped with that a lot. Um, it helped with just putting something out, and, you know, putting something out that is 100% me, putting something out that I know not everyone's gonna like, because it is weird and it is experimental and it's you could say eclectic, very individualized in the sense of where it's coming from, and the audience it kind of, I think, um, um, pertains to, you know. It's progressive, it's different, it's new, and I like that. It's different. Yeah, it's different. But I learned how to kind of work on not caring what kind of people think, I guess, because it is very different. And I think, you know, I'd say even like my friends, if a lot of them sat down and listened to them, like listened to the whole record, they'd be like, it's not really my thing, Aiden, you know, but at least you're kind of doing what you want. So that's a big thing that I learned from this record. It's kind of just be you. And what I am learning is that some of you people who are watching these videos actually kind of do like some of it. And I would say like maybe 2% of family and friends that I know in my real life probably don't really like it, you know, and that's okay, because, you know, the internet's great, and I'll find my audience, right, and I'll find the people who like it. But yeah, I don't know. First track. Let's talk about the first track. Take Control. I love this track. I love the drums. It came from a where did it come from? This little like drum machine I have. It'd be in the video. Like if you watch the video, you'll see it and everything. Yeah. Ooh, it's kind of a nice brown. I like that brown. Um. Shit. What was I gonna say? Come on, man. Think. Yeah, I love the sound of the drums on that track, man, and like how that piece comes together is so cool. Like the guitar, all the synthesizers I'm using that Korg Mini Logue, which I rented. Um, it's just super cool. I love that track. And the vocals. It's the only track that has vocals, and the vocals are completely improvised too, all the lyrics and everything. And it's kind of how that like one improvised session where I did the vocals and I just let it come out. Like I kind of talk about taking control of your own life through, you know, I go to therapy. I started going to therapy. It's been very beneficial for me. And one of the things I talk about is my love of improvisation within music, the musical context. And, my therapist, like, you embrace uncertainty and going with the flow and improvisation, like within the music and within your art, but you don't do that in your own life. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah. So in a way, me saying take control and coming up with those lyrics in an improvised setting, the whole album an improvised setting, it's me kind of talking about taking control of my own life through kind of just going with the flow a little bit. If I go with the flow, maybe it'll be a little less stressed out about everything. So that's something I'm working on. But that's kind of what those lyrics mean. I paint pretty slowly, I find, like a little bit here and like, I don't know. When I start the painting, I'm very crazy and throwing paint at it and like just putting stuff and like just kind of feeling it out. And then it's like it becomes more and more dialed back and more like I have ideas for there's a face there, skull there, that there, this the guy flicking the cigarette, Bigfoot laying on the ground. Um anyways, I don't know what's the next track. Hellbrun, yeah. This I did this or I recorded Hellbrun at my cottage. There's a lot of brown here, man. Oh, brown eyes, brown eyes. Brown eyes are cool, man. Little get kind of the hair blended in here. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I love painting. I really do. I was talking about Hellbrun. Yeah, okay, did that at my family's cottage. I was up there for a week, finished first semester of school. Super super stressed out of my mind. What music was I was listening to Lounge Lizards, Tom Waits, like that's I was really into that stuff. While I was up at that cottage recording trip. And yeah, so one of the things I recorded there was Hellbrun, which again, before I knew I was doing the album, just came together. Drums first, then after the drums played like a keyboard bass line, and uh, then there was guitar, this, that, the other thing. I don't know. But it was the first track I kind of picked up the saxophone. Saxophone, don't play it, but you know what? It came together. I think it sounds pretty sick, actually. And Maybe that's because I played it, but I think it sounds pretty sick. I kind of figured out a few of the notes that worked, and then I was like, okay, let's just be free right now. Let's just be free. And, oh, that's be free right now and just play freely. And then Sleep. Sleep was recorded before Hellbrun, I think. Uh, yeah, it was. Sleep started off with like an arpeggio thing. Sorry if that's loud. The furnace. Um, yeah, Sleep. I called it Sleep because I think that was probably another night I was like staying up way too late and doing nothing, or like nothing productive, and I was like, okay, yeah, well, if I'm staying up, like, might as well record. So I recorded, and then that was awesome. Came up with that track, recorded this arpeggio, then I recorded percussion and like drums separately. I recorded the percussion and cymbals like separate from the actual drums, and then um, um, obviously then bass and the guitar and extra synthesizers if there were any. I don't recall, but that's a really good track. That's like the most like kind of heavy rock one, you know. And then, at that point, the middle point of the album is when it turns kind of into more kind of free and more kind of jazzy sounding. We get into False Statement, which is like kind of like a one big 251, um, in the sense it's like yeah, I can't think of the theory right now, and I'm not gonna bother because no one cares about that. But yeah, it's a big 251 across the whole song, and I mean, it's a cool one. It's very free and open. I don't have a lot to say about False Statement other than it's a good one. I like it. But Fascist Neighbors is track number 5. That one's. I can't believe I wrote that, played that. The way everything came together and the way it all complements each other, and I'm just about it. It's just cool. I like it. I love it actually. It's real fun. To me, it I just love it. Yeah. It's just cool. So yeah, and then Free, which is the last track. That one, yeah, like I said, that one made me like wanna make it into a record, and I have so many more that I did that maybe show up at some point. I think I'm gonna put out this one, but maybe not too. But we'll see. Anyways, yeah. Overall, I learned a lot from the album. I'm going through a period in life where I'm trying to accept myself more, and the album kind of helped with that, given that it is very weird, and I was very afraid that people were gonna hate me for it because it was weird, which is such a weird thing to think about. Like, dude, you're making art like for yourself. No one's gonna like get mad at you for that or like whatever. But it is a weird album, and I love it. So like, why should I apologize for that? So it was like a growing experience, and just trying to be more myself. Just like love myself and love who I am and love the talents that I have and work on new ones like painting and just be a artist and like live it up. Yeah. So anyone who has listened, thank you for listening, and I have so much more, like so much more music to come and stuff to come. Um, yeah, peace. Check. Yeah, bye.